We are in Washington with the nation's farm broadcasters at an issues forum, talking now with Bob Hasselwood, a farmer from Berryton, Kansas, who is the current chairman of the United Soybean Board. And Bob, as we're here in our nation's capital, the United Soybean Board, one of those making sure the story of agriculture is told with a partnership with the Smithsonian.
That's correct. We were approached about 4 years ago. American enterprise industry in the Smithsonian was going to look at that, and they wanted to have agriculture be a part. And we are approached to being one of the contributors, and we donated money, and so now it's about to open.
And with that, hopefully that will move that ball a little bit when it comes to the knowledge of agriculture and the importance of place.
That's correct. As you know, you think of the Smithsonian, now the number of people that go through there every year or even every day, the intent was to help get our word as far as what modern agriculture is and how it is. So.
All right, well, let's talk about other things. United Soybean Board, things are going, there's some challenges we all know in the soybean industry, but the one thing that remains a good source for soybean farmers, those that, they pay that check off, but, you're good stewards and doing a lot of things.
That's true. I mean, people might think of the check off now as, what are we going to do for it because the prices are down, but, that's normal market. Things are going to happen. I try to tell people, I think, where would we have been if we hadn't had the checkoff? But the checkoff continues to do things. We were part of the things the checkoff do. We were just last week. I was in China to help with, in conjunction with some South American soybean growers, and we were talking to Chinese officials about the process of biotech approvals. We think that's a very important part into the profitability of U.S. soybean farmers. And we felt as we went together and worked with our South American growers, that's 95% of the world market, of the world production, as far as what's able to be exported. And we felt that if we spoke with the Chinese as a one voice, that we could be a lot of benefit to soybean growers in the U.S. So.
What was their reaction? Did they have a lot of questions? Were they at least willing to listen and maybe have a dialogue?
Well, they were talking, but now that supplies are plentiful, they were probably less willing to talk to us than if the supplies might have been a little tight. But we always want to keep them doors of communication open.
Sure. All right. Well, let's talk about how things are on the farm. Probably in the next few days, you'll probably be firing up the old planter.
Well, we've already got some planted. Since I knew I was going to China, I tried to get, and I finished planting corn before I went to China.
Sure, right.
But hopefully we come out of here the next week. The weather's supposed to be decent. I hope to be applying herbicides on soybean ground and hopefully have some beans in the ground next week. So.
Well, always something to do, and thanks for your leadership. And I guess anything else, we didn't really talk about a ton of issues. Anything else that we want to make sure we talk about the United Soybean Board?
Well, one of the things that we were all kind of waiting for, was Ohio Lakes, one of our big projects we're going for, and we've been working with our seed partners to expand the acreage. And one of the big things that was keeping the acres from expanding faster was the fact that we're waiting for approvals for the event in Europe, and I think just Friday those events were approved. One of our partners has their events approved in China, and the other one doesn't. So that's doing it, but I think we're on track to do that. They're looking to expand acres, so we've had a lot of good acceptance from some of the Ohio Lake users in the U.S. They're having good results with it, so I think it's a good thing we're going forward with it. So
great. All right, Bob. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Greg. Ken.
Bob Hasselwood from Kansas, the current chairman, yes, of the United Soybean Board. From Washington, I'm Ken Rogers.